commerce. Commerce is basically doing business. So you finance the money. You get the money first. You don't work for the money. Then you do commerce. That means you buy products or do business. And you do trade. So you buy computers or whatever your business is, right? And then you trade the computer and sell it for 3, 4, 5, 6 times more than you bought it for. That's called business. Getting the money is called finance. So what we're going to learn today is financing the money so that you can get rich like the 85% working for it. No, we're going to get rich like the 15% do it. All right, so some people say, well, Mr. Whitehead, when you go get the money, right, you have to be a personal guarantor. That's right. But what we want to teach you is how the rich get out of being a personal guarantor after about a year. Get out of it. Now it's all on Willie. So, if you walk in the bank and you say, Willie would like to borrow $1 million, or Willie would like to borrow $1,000. Let's start from the ground up. There's 3 levels to this. So let's start from the ground up. The first thing you want to do is, greetings. Westcott. The first thing we're going to do is understand what we're going to do with the money once we get it. Because if you don't understand what you're going to do with the money, once you get it, they're going to be taking the money back. And pretty soon you're going to have no money, and then you're going to be broke. So, the first thing we're going to do is I want everybody to get a pencil and a piece of paper, because now we're going to start talking about how to get the money. All right? So I want everybody to get a pencil and paper, and I want everybody to say, when you have a pencil and paper, say, ready. The pencil and paper. Right? And secondly, if you have a child, if you have your children, I want you to say, get off that real quick and sit right here and learn a little something. Because a lot of people told me in the beginning, when I asked the question, I said, did you ever learn this in school that you're supposed to go get money? And everybody said, no, I didn't learn that in grammar school. I didn't learn it in high school. And they don't teach you this in college unless you go to the high school, the college of like skull and crossbone schools. Because there's a difference in regular college and Dartmouth and Yale. Dartmouth and Yale and those big schools are teaching their people that go to those schools how to have a business, big business, and the regular schools teach you how to work for the big businesses. Oh, we gonna talk and teach today. There's levels to this, exactly. So I used to have an ex-wife. She actually had a PhD. She had 2 PhDs, and she used to sit in my other house. She used to sit on the steps and say, and listen to my phone calls. And and when I got off the phone call one day, she said, "Damn it!" I said, "What's the matter with you?" Because she didn't curse. And pardon me, there may be children here. So let's say she said, "Dang it!" All right. And I said, "What's wrong with you?" And she said, "I have 2 dang PhDs, and they never taught me any of this stuff." I said, "Because you're not supposed to know this. You went to a regular college. They taught you how to manage somebody's big business, not to own a big business. They teach people in Yale, right, and Princeton, and Dartmouth, in all those schools, how to be the leaders of this country and the world, and how to hire people like you to be the supervisors and the vice presidents and the secretaries and all of that. So what I'm trying to teach you today is an education that they pay millions of dollars to learn in high finance school. Everybody ready? All right. The first thing is we need to go in and understand if we walk into the bank and the bank says, what do you want to do? You say, I want to borrow money. They say, you want to borrow the money? You say, no, not me. Willie Corporation wants to borrow the money, or Wilhelmina. And they say, okay. And then you walk in one day to say, Wilhelmina needs some more money. They say, no. You say, why? Because Wilhelmina has messed up and Wilhelmina has missed bank payments. Oh no! Wilhelmina done missed payments? Yes. And I think you should leave. Wilhelmina, what happened? You done missed payments. Look, we can't get no more money. And you walk out the door, out the bank, and you say, look what you done, Wilhelmina. You missed payments. We can't get no more money. And when you walk out the door, you look at the trash can and say, bye, Wilhelmina. And you go to your car and you pull out Leroy Corporation. And you walk back in the bank and say, can you lend Leroy some money? Leroy didn't miss no payments. And the bank says, you sound like you know something. You sound like you understand Latin. Because what I'm trying to teach you today is Latin. This is a secret organization that you're not supposed to know. I don't mean Latin literally. I mean the business of Latin. Look at your dollar bill. It says e pluribus unum. That's Latin. It says out of one comes many. Don't you want $1 to turn into many? See all this backdoor action going on? If you walk into a courthouse and the judge, here come the judge, here come the judge, and the judge says, all rise. And the judge said, okay, you promised to say, yes, all sit down. And the judge sits down on the bench. Do you know what bench means in Latin? Just Google it, bench. Bench in Latin simply means bank. Banca, bank. But you're not supposed to know that. Because the United States is a corporation. All right. Now you walk in with Wilhelmina Corporation. Right? Wilhelmina messed up. Let's say Wilhelmina messed up. You walk in and says, bye, Wilhelmina, and you pull out Leroy Corporation. Walk back in and they say, wait a minute. You sound like you speak Latin. E pluribus unum. And then you go in and you say, okay, we'd like to get some more money for Wilhelmina. And he says, no. So what you mean, no? Wilhelmina has missed payments, so we're not giving her any more money. You say, what? Wilhelmina, you done messed up. You can't get no more money. And you know we're supposed to get money to do business. We got to have money. And he says, I think you should leave. You walk out the bank and you say, no, Wilhelmina, what you done? You done messed us up now. We can't get money. And as soon as you get outside, you say, bye, Wilhelmina. And you walk to your car. and you pull out Antoine Corporation. And you walk back into the bank and you say, bye, Felicia. And you walk back to the bank and you say, I got Antoine's Corporation. Could give Antoine some money? And they say, you act like you know speak Latin. E pluribus unum. And you fund Leroy, Wilhelmina, whatever, because it's not you. A corporation is a person. It is not you. Now, I don't ever want to make you think that I'm trying to tell you to rip the bank off, because you're not supposed to go late. You're not supposed to go down. You're supposed to make a lateral or go up. So if you don't rip off the bank gives you more and more and more money, because there is no limit to the money. So if you think $150,000 in credit cards, you done hit the ceiling, give me a break. That's what they teach on the internet. You don't take whatever they give you. I got 2 credit cards from Chase. Whoa, man.